giving God the glory worldwide. This is the Gospel America Broadcast Network. It's time for Let's Talk with Lady MJ. And now, here's your host, Pastor Marcella Jenkins.
Welcome everyone to Let's Talk with Lady MJ. I'm Marcella Jenkins, and today we're talking about the benefits of chiropractic and what is chiropractic. And we have with us Dr. Brian Anderson.
Hi.
Right here from San Angelo, and he's with the Angelo Back and Rehab.
Yes,
we're so happy to have him with us today.
No, thank you for having me.
Yes. A lot of us don't know about chiropractor, or we don't know the benefits of chiropractor, and I'm so happy to have the doctor with us so that we can get more information about this matter.
All right.
So, Dr. Anderson, what got you into chiropractic?
Well, my personal story started a long time ago. When I was in junior high, I was playing sports, particularly football, and I was in an unfortunate spot at the wrong time. The guy hit me in my back with his helmet. And not on purpose thing, but I felt immediate back pain, of course. But along with that, I had shooting pain down both my legs. And you know, when you're 13, that's a pretty big deal, and wasn't very happy about that. So I was kind of face down in the grass and everything and not getting up, and they want to make sure my legs worked, and they did, so it wasn't a permanent injury. But my parents took me to the chiropractor.
Oh, okay.
And so a lot of pain and stuff like that, and he got me started under chiropractic care, and it obviously worked great, and got me back on track, but it was also my very first adjustment. So it also improved other things I didn't even really know that were bothering me, and it made me even a better athlete, and it made me faster and stronger, right? My reflexes were better, and I could recover from other injuries as well, whether you sprain an ankle and things like that. And so while I went to the chiropractor, my friends gave me a hard time about missing school and mixing practice, right? And they wanted to know a lot about chiropractic because they didn't know. And so I did a lot of research and be able to answer their questions. And
at the age of 13?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I had to know how to answer that, right?
Yes.
And so obviously it changed my course of life, and that's where it all started.
It's really interesting what you said, because you said that you went and for your back. And a lot of people think of chiropractic, I think, just for the back and for the neck. And you're saying that it has other benefits to it. So what are some of those benefits?
Well, with the sports injury I had, I also happened to always sprain my right ankle, and I had a weak ankle, and my chiropractor started adjusting the bones and the joints of the foot for me. And of course, your ankle leads to your knee and to the hip. You know, the old song goes, you know, the hip bones connected to that, right? And we go on. And so that obviously led into, as I continued my football thoughts back in when I was going to school, we would just tackle people, just put your head down and run straight into them. And so my neck had a lot of injuries then too, and I would have what we would call a stinger down the arm, right? And so I got continual chiropractic adjustments to help me through that as well. But you can go into, what if you landed on your shoulder, now your shoulder hurts. And so we work with the muscles and how the joints work, and every joint, you know, so you can pick the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, anything that has a joint, you're fair game for me, right?
Wow. How long do you have to go to school, and what kind of schooling do you need to actually practice?
Right. You go to the undergrad and get your bachelor's degree, right? And there's certain prereqs for that. You know, it needs to be in the physics and chemistry side of life, right? And then to chiropractic school. And that is a 10-semester program, or you can say 5 years, but we go year-round, so we kind of graduate in about 3.5 years to get all that taken care of. So 7.5 years to get it all done.
With your x-rays and things like that, you can see if a person can have their neck adjusted.
Right.
If their spine maybe is weak.
Right, and there are those scenarios, and we make the proper adjustment, and I mean adjustment to the plan, right, and modifications of what goes on.
Okay. So, what age range do you start adjusting? When should you start getting yourself adjusted?
Yeah, that's a great question. In fact, I've treated patients from 9 days old to 99 years old, right?
Really?
Including, a lot of us don't realize, and it's kind of not as big as practice as it used to be, but a lot of babies were delivered with forceps, right? And they would just pull the baby's head straight out. And so I've had little babies, they just always got their head cocked really tight. And yeah, you can straighten their head, but they always just naturally go to one side. And so we'll work with that neck and help them get their head on straight, if you will. And of course, as we go through life, our spine needs care our entire life, right? And so, like I said, up to 99, and just keep you moving and mobile.
So it's almost like going to a doctor once you start going for physicals. You don't say, okay, I had my physical, so I never have to come back again. They give you, depending on your age range, they give you a period of time that you should be coming back and getting those physicals. So I'm hearing that's the same thing with chiropractic.
Right, yeah. To have normal wellness exams is a very important part, right? Americans aren't very good at that. We always like to just take care of ourselves when we're down and sick and a lot of pain, right? But we got to take care of ourselves when we're healthy, because we catch those things that could be serious later on. If we catch them early, man, the outcome is much better.
Yeah, because usually you don't go to chiropractic until you start hurting.
That's right.
Your neck is hurting or your back is hurting. I wouldn't think of, I think I heard someone say that even if you have high cholesterol or you're suffering with something like that, it could be a nerve that's pinched or something.
Well, the entire body is controlled by the nervous system, right? So most of us don't remember high school science class where there's an involuntary nervous system too, because we don't have to think about our organs working involuntarily, right? They just happen automatic. But your heart, lungs, stomach, digestive, and reproductive organs all have nerve supply. Now, they also are greatly controlled by what we put in them, right? Your stomach makes a lot of changes on what you digest and put in there, and hormones make a difference too. But that nervous system can make a significant difference that most of us don't even think about.
Okay. Do you treat sciatic? Am I saying it right?
Right, sciatic pain or the sciatic nerve. Some people say sciatica.
Okay.
And that's it's a fancy word, hard to say word. A lot of people say if they ever have leg pain, they think they have sciatica. But there's many other things that can cause that or mimic that. So we got to diagnose that and do the proper treatment plan. But yes, absolutely. Low back pain radiating down to the leg is the most common thing that we'll treat every day.
And why is like the sciatic so popular or
prevalent?
Yes,
right?
yes.
Right. There's a couple weak areas of the spine, right? That Americans kind of, with our prolonged sitting, right? I always like to say we're very good at.
I'm not sitting properly now.
We do a lot of sitting compared to what we did 50 years ago, right? And so that lower back and the nerves that come from there that go down in the leg, they tend to have take the brunt of the pressures, right? And so it's very common.
Okay, so is it a nerve that gets pinched or?
Right, the nerve gets irritated, right? And when a nerve gets irritated, it talks a lot, right? It kind of barks and bites at you a little bit, just like so it becomes hyperactive. And so you can have strange things like numbness or tingling, burning, achy, cold or hot temperatures down that nerve. You can almost have anything go on when a nerve is unhappy. And so, yeah, that irritated nerve, and that's also in the back there, right there, the disc and the joints and the muscles are all right there. So it's a complicated factors, a group of factors that can give us that nerve pain.
I've been coming to your practice for a couple of weeks now, and like I'm learning to deal with the
getting adjusted.
With the neck. I'm learning how to do it, but the back, my lower back, it's very sensitive, and so just touching it, just pressing on it, will hurt.
Right. Right now, the nerves to the skin, right, are so sensitive. It shouldn't be that we should be able to touch you without really you jumping around, right?
Yeah.
And so they are so sensitive right now. They are on and they're being irritated. So that will go away, but it does take time, right?
I'm hoping. But the interesting, we're going to get ready to go to a commercial break, but just before we go, the interesting thing right now, if I don't touch it, if I don't bother it, it don't bother me.
Right. The strange thing about the nervous system, we have millions of nerve endings on our fingers, and our face, our lips, and the bottom of our feet. That's where all our nerve endings are. And we have very few nerve endings on our back and our butt, right? That's why we can sit on our butt for hours and it not really hurt, right? So when I touch or activate those nerves, you really get them to fire. Otherwise, they are told not to fire to your brain. And so they become very desensitized. That's a good way for our body to handle us sitting for a long time.
Okay, well, we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. So we're going to a commercial break. This is Let's Talk with Lady MJ. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back to Let's Talk with Lady MJ. Today we have with us is Dr. Brian Anderson, and we're talking about chiropractic, the benefit of it, and how did it come about.
Right.
So, Dr. Anderson, what's other part of your practice? Is there, I know that, when you go to a doctor's office, you have the doctors, you have the nurses, you have the x-ray technicians.
Right.
How about in your office?
Well, we certainly have that. Lots of people to help me out. One of the most interesting things, though, is actually our marketing department, because people don't know chiropractic. It's hard to say, it's hard to spell, right?
Yes, yes.
And so we have a marketing department to let people know what chiropractic is. And so I'd like to introduce Angela Casavant to you, and we'll see what she's got to tell you.
So we'll be right back. We're going to bring Angela Casavant on and meet this great marketing person that Dr. Anderson is talking about.
Advertise your business or event on Counterpoint. You'll get 4 30-second commercials on KIDY, your Fox station in San Angelo. Call 325-455-3090 for more information. That's advertise on Counterpoint. Then you can advertise your business or event on Let's Talk with Lady MJ. Call 325-455-3090 for more information. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Gary Jenkins, presiding apostle of the Eagles Wings International Ministries at 718 West Avenue Y in San Angelo, Texas. On behalf of Pastor Marcella Jenkins and the entire congregation, we welcome you to come and join us and worship with us at the Eagles Wings International Worship Center. We are a non-denominational, born-again, Holy Spirit-filled church where the love of Jesus Christ reigns forever. And we thank God for you, and we hope that if you're looking for a church, you'll find the Eagles Wings International Ministries the perfect match for you and your family. So come join us Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock for Sunday school, followed by our morning worship service at 11 a.m. Then on Wednesday nights, join us for our live interactive Bible study on Facebook, coming to you from the Eagles Wings International Worship Center. So come on out and worship with us. You'll have 90 minutes of fun, and you'll learn something about the Word of God. God bless you. A message from Cardiology Associates of West Texas.
Hello, I'm Dr. Milton Leon. I'm a board-certified interventional cardiologist. I have established Cardiology Associates of West Texas over the last 13 years. Cardiovascular services in the patients of San Angelo and the surrounding communities. If you have heart disease or if you suspect that you may have heart disease, please call our office and one of the board-certified cardiologists will evaluate you. We'll be glad to assist you with any cardiac or vascular problem you may have. It's also important to remember that it's better to prevent heart and vascular disease before it becomes worse.
Welcome, Angela. We're happy to have you here on the show today. Tell me a little bit about yourself and this marketing with chiropractic.
Thank you for having me. I started with Angela back in rehab. I've been the marketer here for about 10 months now. And kind of interesting. It's totally different from what I've ever done. I started off doing restaurant management, and then I did actually medical billing for about 8 years, and decided I just needed a change. I was a patient of Dr. Anderson's for about 2 years before I actually became an employee with him. So went in one day, and they were actually looking for a different position to begin with that I had heard about. And as him and I started talking, I said, well, he had said, I think I'm going to be looking for a practice representative soon, which is the marketer. And I said, okay, I want that job. And he kind of did the same thing at first, just kind of, laughed and said, oh, okay, we can talk about that. And we kind of talked for a little bit, and we went back and forth for a little while, and finally he hired me on as the marketer.
So you went from restaurant management into medical billing,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, to marketing.
Yes.
How did you get to marketing from?
I just needed a change. In medical billing, it was great, and I did it for 8 years, and I decided I didn't want to sit in an office all day anymore. I wanted to get out and be able to meet people and just do something totally different.
So as the marketing person for Angelo back in rehab, what do you do?
Well, that's a good question. I do a lot of different things. So a big part of what I do is education. A lot of the community still does not know a lot about chiropractic care. People just think that they only need a chiropractor if they have low back pain. That's obviously not the case. That's where I come in. I go to different area businesses, and I can provide lunch for your business and do spinal screenings for your employees. I also teach a class in our office twice a week, Mondays at 5:30 and Wednesday mornings at 9. And with that class, we teach you how to take care of your spine, and actually how to stay young and how to keep your spine young for your first 100 years of life. And also we do public events, the business expos in town, and bridal shows and different things like that.
Bridal shows too?
Yes, I try to get out everywhere I can. We do the rodeo, any chance that we get that there's people around, because if there's people, there's spines. And if you have a spine, you need a chiropractor.
Yes, and with that said, we were talking with Dr. Anderson earlier, and he was talking about the age group, starting off with 9 months, I think he said, and having somebody that's 99 years old, and explaining that. Now, you would think, well, why are we living to be 100? And I think I went to one of your classes,
Yes,
and you were talking about that people are living longer now.
Absolutely. There's a study out of the University of Texas that says by the year 2050 that 800,000 Americans are going to live to be 100 or older. And actually most of them are going to live to be closer to 150. So we really need to learn how to take care of our spine, so we can have, not only long life, but a good quality of life for those 100 to 150 years.
Yeah, so we're going back to Abraham and Noah and all those days, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Hopefully not as many children, though.
So when you come in, do you bring, when you come and do a luncheon or a breakfast or whatever, do you test in, the people to show them if their spine is out of alignment?
Yes,
or
I do a spinal screening, and it's real easy. I bring my laptop, and it's just a little device that connects to the laptop, so it's not a whole lot of space or equipment needed. I'll come and do luncheons, or we can do breakfast, we can do dinners, we can do snacks, whatever works best for the company. And for the company and the employer, it doesn't cost anything. Just some space to allow me to set up some food and a little space for my laptop. So I'll come and bring everything, and we'll do free spinal screenings on the employees. And it only takes about 2 or 3 minutes per employee. And then from there, we actually offer some really amazing deals. Deals that you can't get just by calling into the office. You have to allow me to come and do a luncheon and some screenings in your office.
Okay, we're going to come right back and take a commercial break. We'll be right back. This is Let's Talk with Lady and Jay.
A message from Cardiology Associates of West Texas.
Hello, I'm Dr. Milton Leon. I'm a board-certified interventional cardiologist. I have established Cardiology Associates of West Texas over the last 13 years. Cardiovascular services in the patients of San Angelo and the surrounding communities. If you have heart disease or if you suspect that you may have heart disease, please call our office and one of the board certified cardiologists will evaluate you. We'll be glad to assist you with any cardiac or vascular problem you may have. It's also important to remember that it's better to prevent heart and vascular disease before it becomes worse.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Gary Jenkins, presiding apostle of the Eagles Wings International Ministries at 718 West Avenue Y in San Angelo, Texas. On behalf of Pastor Marcella Jenkins and the entire congregation, we welcome you to come and join us and worship with us at the Eagles Wings International Worship Center. We are a non-denominational, born-again, Holy Spirit-filled church where the love of Jesus Christ reigns forever. And we thank God for you, and we hope that if you're looking for a church, you'll find the Eagles Wings International Ministries the perfect match for you and your family. So come join us Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock for Sunday school, followed by our morning worship service at 11 a.m. Then on Wednesday nights, join us for our live interactive Bible study on Facebook, coming to you from the Eagles Wings International Worship Center. So come on out and worship with us. You'll have 90 minutes of fun and you'll learn something about the Word of God. God bless you.
Welcome back to Let's Talk with Lady MJ. Today we're talking about chiropractor, and with us right now we have Angela
Cassavan.
Cassavan. I'm having a hard time with the name Cassavan.
Everybody does.
And we thank you for joining us today. And
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about how, we talked about you being in the restaurant, then the medical building, but tell us a little bit about your testimony. Why did you go to a chiropractor?
Sure. I'd been to a chiropractor years ago. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I'd gotten into a car accident back when I was 17. So I'd gone to a chiropractor because I had back pain, because that's why everyone goes to a chiropractor,
Yes.
right? And so I went for about a year, and then I started feeling better. So I never went again, because I was like most people and just thought I didn't need a chiropractor. I started getting a lot of really bad migraines, like real debilitating, to the fact that they would last 3 or 4 days straight. I would go to bed with a headache and wake up with a headache, and there was just no relief. So I went to, a medical doctor, and naturally they wanted to just give me medication to, make them not be as excruciatingly painful. But I really don't like to take medication, so I kind of started researching and just doing different things, and someone actually said to me, have you tried going to the chiropractor? And I thought, okay, let's try it. I mean, at that point I was willing to try anything.
Yes.
So I did. I went and started seeing Dr. Anderson, and honestly, within a few weeks I started feeling better. Now I've been getting adjustments for about 2 to 3 years, and I barely ever get migraines. The good fact now, though, is I'm in the office every day, so if I do feel one coming on, I go lay on the table and say, okay, I need an adjustment. And honestly, though, within about 20 minutes I can feel some relief.
Wow.
And as a matter of fact, my 11-year-old actually gets regular adjustments. Now I bring him about once a month for the same reason. He started complaining that he was getting headaches at school about 3 or 4 days a week. So finally I said, you need to go and get x-rays, and I knew that he was in good hands and Dr. Anderson would take great care of him. So, and now he tells me, okay, Mom, it's time for an adjustment.
Oh, wow.
He loves it. He loves it.
He likes it, huh? So with the migraine, do they work more with the neck or the whole spine, or?
Well, all of it. I get adjusted, but mainly it's my neck that's really usually off, and what really starts to, and that's kind of how now I can prevent it, because once my neck starts hurting, I can feel it, and I know if I don't get it adjusted, it's going to start becoming a migraine. So.
Okay. So do you have anything to say to the community, like the benefits of chiropractic?
Absolutely.
Why they should come to chiropractic?
First of all, the problem is a lot of people will wait until they're in lots of pain to come, which is very natural, and that's why I teach that class, as I explained to you. The problem is when you wait until you're in lots of pain, there's already something significant going on. So just like going to your doctor once a year for a checkup or whatnot, you should definitely come into the chiropractor for a checkup and for preventative maintenance. Ideally, what we want is people to come in and just get adjusted once a month. But unfortunately, people wait. So it takes a little while to get you corrected at first. But once we get you there, you'll be just coming in once a month, just, feeling pain-free and just coming so that you can have that good mobility and the longevity while you're living 150 years.
So if I was in, say, a car accident or some type of accident, not only will I get adjustment, I may have to go through a rehab program.
Yes. Like I said, we'll do the traction, and there's stretches and different things that we'll teach you and go through them with you while you're there in the office to get you back moving and get you into great shape.
So those out there that have their businesses, or even as an individual, where is Angelo Back in Rehab located here in San Angelo?
Sure. We're located at 3950 Sunset Drive. We're right there across from Red Lobster. And our telephone number is 325-949-1600.
Okay. And the hours that you're open and the days?
Sure. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. We do close for lunch, usually 12 to 2, but we can always work around that when we need to also.
Okay. So I want to thank you so much, Angela, for coming on.
Appreciate you having me.
And I thank you for coming to our business. That's how I met you.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to thank Dr. Anderson, that was on earlier, for taking his time out of his busy schedule as well. And to our audience, I hope that this has been helpful. Yes, you do need a back adjustment, rehab. Keep your spine in shape, and your spine will be good to you. So once again, this is Let's Talk with Lady MJ. Have a wonderful day.
Let's talk with Lady MJ. Let's talk, what's going on with you? Let's talk, hear what's on the news. Let's talk, what's happening today? Let's talk with Lady MJ.
Giving God the glory worldwide. This is the Gospel America Broadcast Network.